Walter, you have a strange position as a global trend watcher. What about smart cities, IoT, and big data opportunities to work for the future?
On November 24th in Milan, there will be the 4th edition of Domus Forum. Domus Forum is a platform that the forum created 4 years ago to investigate the future of cities. I think that the future of cities is the most challenging and even the most difficult scenario that we have to face. First of all, for a very simple numerical data, cities around the world occupies 3% of the global surface, of the global space, but on the contrary, they produce 70% of the wealth, of the production. So it's very difficult in this situation to be smart. So the future of cities is first of all to investigate what is now smart. After most of 10 years of this concept, smart cities, and after years of the focus about big data and IoT, intelligence of things, Internet of things, now it's time after the pandemic emergency to rethink the future of cities, because there is very clear scenarios that big cities, smart cities, small cities, no cities are completely different from how we suppose they would be. This is the first question, you know, the main frame scenarios. The second question, it's slightly different, you know. The second question is that pandemic emergency show how public functions that we definitely supposed to be part of the core of the cities are engoblated, you know, are absorbed by the private side of architecture. And how this balance would work in the future. If history show that we are not going back, we never go back, this means for cities that the hybridation between digital and real speed up, not just how we suppose before of the pandemic, but in a very different way. The first of this way is that we suppose to work outside, to move from home to the office, but now is different. The second thing is that the house that we, in the last 2 decades, supposed to be very nuclear, with the abolition, for example, of some function, like the kitchen, are not working anymore. So we have to rethink that. And so, you know, to synthesize, I think that the end of this new scenario, it's a beginning of another scenario where the data and the interpretation of data are changing drastically our idea of smartness, our idea of sustainability, our idea of mobility, and I would say more, even our idea of creation of social units, creation of community. So in these things, I think that Olivetti could play a major role, not just for the evolution that they demonstrated in the last 10 years, so to become one of big players of data and electronics and software, but for the history that they have. Because Olivetti remarked itself as a place which was able to create a culture of community, a culture of relationship, a culture of intersection between people, between economics, and also between innovation. So, you know, I think that we have to see and we have to wait and collaborate with Olivetti to imagine this new scenario, which it's still to be designed. And we know how important design was for Olivetti, is for Olivetti, and will be for Olivetti.
Thanks so much.